Hey YouTube, Sam here. Well, you might notice my trailer is tipped down in the front there. You can see that 5-gallon bucket right there. It's not much. In fact, it's a little bit lower than that in the front. And the reason I did that is because I'm going to put mud flaps on this trailer, and that just jacks up the back end so you can get underneath there a little easier. A little tipping trick right there. But the reason why I'm doing this right here, you might notice there's a pretty good sized dinging dent right here. And I had a blowout probably a couple camp runs ago. And when it did blow out, it came back, the tire came apart and came up back, smacked this, and actually knocked this cap completely off and opened up the gray water. I don't know how it did it, but it did. So I was dumping gray water all down the road, and then I started seeing tire flinging out behind my trailer. I didn't even know I'd blown a tire. So great thing about having dual tires. Anyhow, so I closed that off. Luckily it didn't break anything back here. Now you'll see tape and stuff. That's where the previous owners had some sort of a heat thing on here. I think they had like heat wrap or something on there. It's not a leak or anywhere where it broke. Anyhow, luckily it didn't break any of this, and I'm gonna go ahead so that this doesn't happen again and I end up breaking some of this and spilling even worse things out on the side of the road. I'm gonna go ahead and put on a mud flap. There's these right here, 20 bucks. Got them at the what used to be Big R, now it's North 40. I like that place. They have pretty good deals on stuff like this a lot of times. 20 bucks. And they're a pretty good sized mud flap. I could have gone double that and got a little bigger, but I think this will actually work. They're pretty darn thick and meaty, so chintzy little screws. I don't know if I'm going to use those or not. I gotta kind of get up under there and figure out how I want to use it. It also shows that you actually, on the picture here, didn't really notice that, but actually they go this direction rather than the long ways. I think, unless I get up under there and change my mind, I'm gonna try and use them the long way, because I really just want it behind the tire to catch any tire problems. That's mostly what I'm here. I was trying to straighten this out and it kind of broke the little tab here, and it just broke the screw here. I actually broke the screw back here too, so I just need to get a couple of sheet metal screws and we'll get this all straightened out, and then I'm going to go ahead and put that on. Someday I'll show you auto body stuff and straightening out metal, but today I don't have great light, but it's better than it was. It's straightened out. It's aluminum, so it straightens out pretty easy, and I got marks here. I'm gonna have to clean it up, but honestly I'm not planning on doing new paint and body filler and all that. It's aluminum, so it's not right here. I want to put the mud flap somewhere in here, and there's nothing really to hook it to except for there's a piece of metal coming up right along here. Hopefully you can see this, but it was bent up, it looks like, in the blowout as well, so I'm gonna have to take a hammer to that, and then I think hopefully I'll be able to make something work with this. Here I'm definitely hitting the side here, but I did notice that if I bring this all the way up and then bring this back, if I put this in here, it will make kind of a nice cup over here on that side over here, to where it should catch any kind of pieces coming off, and that also will keep this from flapping back and coming back here too far and hitting. So I'm going to start out by not cutting it and folding it around, and we'll see how that works. If I have to, I can put a slice in it right in here and go around this piece here. What it is, it's hitting this body work here, and we're definitely going to have to go the way I wanted it to go anyway, because there's no way this is going to fit this direction in any way, shape, or form unless I do a bunch of modifications with some right here and some washers. and I kind of tested it, and it screws right through this stuff, no problem. And they're self-tapping or self-drilling actually screws, so I'm gonna go ahead and try and stuff that up in there and use my impact drill and see if it'll drill through that. That isn't super thick metal, so I think it'll work. And these are, as you can tell, they're pretty good size. Kind of putting it up here, and I'm just putting it flat against the top up here, and hopefully I can get this in here too. Should have maybe waited to fix the body part. Now it's getting in my way. That is my plan. I'm going to go ahead and put one here and here, and see where it lays from there. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I'm afraid it's going to hit into the tire too much. I mean, when it's just sitting here, it's fine, and there's plenty of room. And if it did hit the tire, it wouldn't be that big a deal. But I think I am going to take it and bring it back here, and I'm going to zip tie or wire tie something between here and here, just so it can't go forward anymore. And then when it comes back, it hits that, so I'm not worried about it flopping up and taking that out too much either. Just drilled a couple holes here and zip tied it up to there. Hopefully that'll hold it. I may have to come back and use wire tie or an actual wire to tie it back or something like that, but I'm going to try that for now. We'll see how well it does next time I go out. And there we go. I got to do the same thing on the other side, but you only need to see the one side here. It's a pretty simple project. I know this isn't something that a lot of people are going to need to know how to do, but it's yet another RV upgrade, so I thought I'd throw it in there. Alright, this is Sam, Jack of all, master of none. You all have a good one.